Tell you folks, anybody who's a football fan knows who Drew Pearson is, with all the famous Hail Marys and all the big Super Bowls and playoffs and all of it. I grew up in Dallas, born in Dallas, so some of my earliest memories were Sunday parties with all the friends and family over and watching Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson. So I tell you, and my dad saying, "Get out from in front of the television." In fact, absolutely amazing. And so he's with us for the balance of the hour, and I'm kind of glad we just went from that super heavy issue of the Navy SEALs being killed and their helicopter being taken out into something a little more happy here. But you know, we had Mary Lou Henner on a few weeks ago of Taxi and all those big movies because she's involved with longevity. And then I was looking, Drew Pearson's involved, not just all these NBA and famous NFL people because of how really good these products are. And this isn't an infomercial today, but we'll talk some about it because it's such great products and also funds the broadcast and the news organization. But I thought, wow, let me get him on the phone, or let me get Drew Pearson on via Skype. And Drew Pearson said, no, I'll come down there when I get a chance in a few months. And I'm like, really? So he flew down here from Big D, and it is awesome. And man, I tell you, you look like you're 20 years old in shape. Don't beat me up.
Well, thank you. If I'd known you'd get a compliment like that, I would have been here a long time ago.
No, and I tell you, that's a sharp-looking suit too, man.
Thank you.
No, but I mean, I talked to so many NFL guys, especially people that have taken all the knocks you have. They can hardly walk. Yeah. Man, and in person, you look like you're ready to, to take on the special forces. I mean, how have you done it? And you're doing Fox TV shows, ESPN. You're doing public speaking worldwide. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You're doing all these charities for people. I mean, you're a busy guy.
Yeah, I am, and I'm blessed because, as Coach Landry used to say, if we're fortunate, there's going to be a lot of life after football. And so he tried to get us to prepare for life after football. I played 11 years for the Cowboys, and the first couple of years I've learned all I can learn about the X's and O's, the strategies of the game, and you just keep implementing that and getting better at that. But then what do you do with the rest of your time? What I did was watch and observe how that Cowboy organization did business, how Landry carried himself, how he was the CEO of the team, and Tex Schramm and Gil Brandt. Even though all these guys had totally different personalities, they all came together for the good of the Dallas Cowboys. And so I took that information, that knowledge, and parlayed it into a life after football. But at the same time, we knew we weren't going to make enough money to last for a life after football. So while we're playing for the Dallas Cowboys, we're developing contacts. I worked every offseason that I played for the Dallas Cowboys. I worked for an attorney. I sold shoes. I worked sporting goods. I was in oil and gas business, just trying to get ready for life after football. So all that preparation got me ready for life after football. And because of that, and then the association with the Dallas Cowboys, having success winning, the 11 years that I played, I played in 7 championship games, 1 game away from 7 Super Bowls in 11 years. We didn't win it every time, but because of that consistent level of winning, people recognize and know the name Drew Pearson. My tenure with the Cowboys is when we became known as America's team. So we were always on TV. So also
known for being clean too, and good. Yeah.
Tom Landry, your head coach, that image, of him on the sideline with the suit and tie. That's why I'm wearing a tie right now.
By the way, I should be doing that.
His influence.
My grandfather, was in track and field and played football at the University of Texas, and for 3 years he was roommates with Tom Landry.
Yeah.
And I remember, he's gone now, but I asked him. He said, "No, that was Tom Landry."
Yes.
He said the nicest, beyond John Wayne. Yeah. He was the real deal and would do anything for you.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And the thing about it is, he made you good football players, but he's trying to make men of you as well. When we traveled the games, we wore suit and ties. We didn't carry gym bags. We carried briefcases. We were studying computer printouts, the tendencies of our opponents way back in the early 70s. So he was preparing us for life after football. And then you add all that to the success of winning consistently. So now in your life after football, people know you. They recognize you when you throw your name out there to try to get in the door for a business meeting or an opportunity or something. Man, people recognize that name right away, and right away you'll get that opportunity to meet or at least present whatever product you're trying to sell. So I've been able to parlay that into a life after football and created great opportunities for me, whether it be in broadcasting or business, and just feel very fortunate. And, when you're hanging around guys like Roger Staubach, Bob Lilly, Leroy Jordan, Mel Renfro, Bob Hayes, and guys like that, you know, sooner or later, you know, people are going to look at you as they look at them. And if you're smart, you'll live your life like they kind of live their lives as well.
We've got some of your famous plays up there on the screen right now, and I tell you, it's flashbacks to childhood. Flashbacks to childhood, big time, sitting there looking at that. Drew Pearson's here, if you just joined us, and that's the reason I wanted to get you on, because I went and, you know, of course, I've seen you off and on national television and followed your career after football, but going to doing research for the interview, I'm like, my gosh, there's too much to cover here. There's nothing this guy isn't involved in. And that's so exciting. You know, I don't want to stereotype young people today, because every older generation does that to the next. But I know what my grandfather was like, what my dad was like. And I don't even, and I'm a workaholic. I don't work like my dad has done. Just because they enjoy it, they get into it. They don't want to sit around unless it's Sunday watching football or something, or camping. And now I look at young people and stuff, and people out of college, and we have to go through a lot of them until we find good people. We've now got a great crew. They literally think the whole world is just going to be handed to them, and they don't want that job, that entry-level job. They immediately just want to have it all handed to them. And then I guess that's why we got 101 million Americans now on food assistance of one type or another. I don't want to be negative here, but I think we should talk about Drew Pearson as the positive versus the negative. What would you say to young people out there that you know, that feel like entry-level stuff isn't good enough for them?
Well, I would say you got to start somewhere. You know, no one ever, unless it's not, sometimes you heard it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you know somebody, maybe you can start at the top, but still, that doesn't make you qualified to do the job.
It's usually short-lived. It's usually short-lived.
Right. So, you know, entry level, hey, you got to start somewhere. I joined the Dallas Cowboys, an undrafted free agent. There was 100 other rookies there. You know, don't look at Drew Pearson.
That's why I raised that.
Right. Don't look at Drew Pearson now as one of the all-time great Cowboys, Ring of Honor guy, and that type of thing. Look at the distance I traveled to get to that honor. You know, as I said, undrafted free agent, 100 rookies, 165 pounds as a rookie, running 4.6 40. Never lifted any weights in high school or college. Didn't lift any weights till I got to the pros and made the Cowboys. So,
but that's what people love.
I got to get in the door.
Yeah.
If you get in your door, then you can create opportunities for yourself. So how do you get in the door? Entry level is the way to get in the door. And then when I got into business, I'm selling hats for Drew Pearson Marketing. That's what I did. I started that in '85, 2 years after I retired from the NFL.
Yeah, sharp hats.
Yeah, thank you. And, you know, we created a business niche for ourselves by just getting in the door. When you get in the door, you don't go ask for all the business, stop doing business with everybody else you've been doing business with for all these years. No, just give us a little niche of business that they might not be capable of doing. Might not be servicing the way it should be serviced. So we got in the door with people like the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and that created opportunities for us to get in the door on the retail side with retailers like Walmart, Kmart, and people like that. But it's all about getting in the door and then increasing your footprint once you get in the door. Everybody wants to start at the top, but it doesn't work that way sometimes. Well,
plus, if you started at the top, you wouldn't know how to run everything. You've got to start low level to learn all the skills. Even some of my worst jobs I had in high school and college, I look back now and learned little pieces of things that now I can bring together in other areas.
Right. Well, that's important, and part of those pieces of things that you got to learn is from the people you surround yourself with. You know, a blessing for me when I played football was the people I was playing with, Landry, Staubach, all those other great players. It made me better. Then when I got into business, I took that lesson. You know, they say you surround yourself, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with success. And when I got into business, I surrounded myself with people that were smarter than me on the business side, because while I'm playing football for 11 years, trying to develop that career, I knew they were out there developing their business careers. And those are the kind of people I surrounded myself with to start my business, Drew Pearson Marketing, and that's why we were able to be successful for 23 years. Amazing.
I want to get into just a whole cornucopia of issues when we come back from break, but first off, our connection is through longevity. Right. I don't claim I'm some super, athlete guy and exercise enough that I have over the years, but I'm telling you, I saw friends and family with this have dramatic results. People with joint problems, people with weight problems, people with their hair falling out, whatever. just so good for them that I finally got into it. I've never, promoted vitamins and minerals and things like this, but then I got to know Dr. Wallach and everybody, and I know you only endorse stuff. Best part about being a salesman is you find the great products, it sells itself. What can you say in a minute and a half as we go to break about longevity and about the particular products that you're promoting for them?
Well, Longevity, first of all, is a great company. You know, it's great to be associated. And the reason I'm associated with is because my former business partner in the headwear industry is now the CFO of Longevity, and he introduced me to the company. Then he introduced me to some products that he thought could help me. He saw me dragging my right leg around from knee surgery I had from my playing days, and now it's taking a negative effect on the rest of my body, and it's causing me not to have the wellness and the good health that I need. And I don't like dragging my leg around. I got a little pride. I don't want to walk around hurt. So he introduced me to this cream, CM cream, and I tried it, and I couldn't believe the immediate results. And it took away the pain, first of all, then it increased my flexibility, second of all, and it reduced the swelling, third of all, and now I'm almost pain-free with the knee. Now, it doesn't heal it, but it makes it a little more comfortable to deal with it. Now, you got to do other things to try to fix it.
Let's talk about that when we come back, because
it makes you a lot more comfortable.
Absolutely. Ted Anderson was going to have knee surgery, the owner of this radio network, you know, the show that syndicates it.
Yes.
And he did all the different products and didn't have to have the surgery. That's what we're talking about. We'll be right back.